You think you know me. Well, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't know the man they call Edge. Edge was making the news this week for a possible issue in negotiating a contract with WWE. The rumor that came out, or the news story, I should say, that came out from Wade Keller of the Pro Wrestling Torch, who is no slouch, by the way. He's not as active and prominent as your Meltzer and your Sean Ross Sapp these days, but he was right there under Meltzer through the 80s and 90s. He's just maybe not as media savvy now, not as out there and present as some of the other folks, but nonetheless, Wade Keller, not a slouch, not one to just break bullshit, but he was out there reporting that there was Edge had told WWE what it was going to take for him to re-sign, and WWE had declined that offer. For more details on that particular part of this news story, check out this clip from JD from New York. And he was kind of talking about this on his YouTube show, so I'll let him tell you the details, and we'll catch you on the back end.
The news this week revolves around Edge. Edge had his retirement on Friday Night SmackDown, and I use that term loosely, retirement, against Sheamus in Toronto. Edge said it would be the last time that he wrestles in front of a Toronto crowd. Then we get the rumors about when his contract is up, and then we get even more rumor that he's now headed to AEW because WWE declined Edge's request to re-sign him, and everybody in WWE believes he is now AEW bound. His current contract expires at the end of September. He's not going to be at All In. He's not going to be at All Out. He's not going to be at AEW Grand Slam when they hit New York at Arthur Ashe Stadium. So I want you guys to put that to bed right now. He's not showing up. You're not hearing Metalingus in front of 90,000 people at Wembley Stadium. This is coming from Wade Keller of the PW Torch. And he reports that Edge was presented with a WWE contract, and Edge presented WWE what it would take to retain his services, but WWE declined to meet his request. This has sparked belief within WWE that he's probably headed to AEW and knew at that time what AEW could offer him, perhaps based on conversations with other wrestlers there, close friends of his, and about the AEW pay. I'm sure he knows what, or has an idea at least, what Tony Khan is set to offer him, what's on the table, what's in front of him, what he's more than likely going to be able to do there in AEW.
So that was the story that was making its rounds, and then everybody started with the rumors of, is Edge going to AEW then? Because if he's not going to re-sign with WWE, if they're lowballing him, or if he thinks he's worth more, and trust me, if Edge thinks he's worth more, it's because he already knows he's worth more somewhere else, right? Like, if he's going to go to WWE and say, I need at least this much, he's doing that either for two reasons. One, he's either going to just retire and hang up the boots altogether and finally call it quits, or he's got a bigger money offer over at AEW. Well, with all the speculation, Edge came out to set the record straight, and I'll explain my quotes there at the back end of this clip, but check out Edge himself over on Twitter, Twitter, Excalibur's Twitter page. Edge talking about the rumor and innuendo about his WWE contract status.
Texts and everything from actual, like, friends and family, you know, wondering what's going on and concerned and blah, blah, blah. So I just figured I better address it. There's nothing going on. There's no hard feelings between me and WWE. I love WWE. You know, it's my dream gig. It's all I ever wanted to do. And I didn't come at them with some crazy contract or anything, and they didn't deny me. I have a contract extension sitting in my inbox. I just don't know what to do. You know, the first time I had to retire, it was forced, and this time the choice in my lap, and it's a lot harder, WWE gave me that night, Friday night in Toronto, and it was the best night of my career. A lot of people will say you should retire at WrestleMania or this or that, but it's not their career. That Friday night was really special for me, and I don't know if that can be topped, to be perfectly honest. And if we think we can, then great. But I need to sit with it and just know that whatever it is that I do, whether it's Percy Jackson, which is coming up soon, or it's wrestling, or it's sitting in my rocking chair, it's because I'm having fun, and having fun at this stage of my life and raising my kids are the two most important things. So hope that clears stuff up. I'm going to go back to my coffee. See ya.
So it's settled, right? Case closed. Edge set the record straight. It's not, he didn't get a lowball offer or wasn't declined by WWE. He's got an offer sitting in his inbox. He just hasn't decided if he wants to ride off into the sunset and sit on the couch and eat Cheetos with his family again, or continue his career in WWE. So it's settled, right? Puts an end to Wade Keller's little theory there that spilled out earlier in the week. Well, not so fast, in my opinion, and here's why. Edge is a notorious bullshitter and kayfaber. Notorious. He bullshitted about his return to WWE. He's bullshitted about not wanting to return to WWE. He's bullshitted about all kinds of stuff in the past. Edge is a kayfaber. He's not going to come out and be like, yeah, I'm thinking about going to AEW. And I know a lot of people, the side that they're taking on this is, why would Edge, why on earth, I believe Jim Cornette had said this, why on earth would Edge want to leave the company that made him, that took good care of him and his wife and his family and made him a household name, and he's got all the trademarks there, and he's a Hall of Famer, and it's home. Why walk away from all of that? It's a fair point. If the dude's gonna wrestle again, why would he not do it under the WWE umbrella? And maybe he just wants to retire. He retired once, and he just said he wanted to come back and do it on his own terms. Well, he's had a 3-year run now, a couple WrestleManias, that bomb-ass last match in Toronto in front of his hometown crowd with his good friend Sheamus, and he was given plenty of TV time and a huge send-off. What better way to what better way to go, right? What better way to wrap up a legendary career? Now, on the other side, and I won't play the clip here because, just for the sake of time, Dutch Mantel was talking about on his podcast. He addressed it and was just like, he had the other perspective than Jim Cornette. Why wouldn't he go to AEW? After all, this is the wrestling business, not the wrestling loyalty club, right? And he made the point that WWE knows this too. They know that if they're not going to offer him a contract that he knows he can get a better deal with, that they're not going to match it, that he's going to go take that. They know what they're doing. If they either want to secure Edge's services or they don't. And I kind of fall in line with that. Again, going back to Wade Keller is not he's not a scrub in the wrestling news business. He doesn't report bullshit. He's not a scammer. He's not one of those clickbaity people. He's a journalist. He's a very well-respected journalist at that. Probably more than Meltzer, because people know Meltzer's full of shit a lot of times. But if you ask around, and I've heard other people talk about it, Wade Keller's pretty well respected, even amongst the wrestlers. So, there's always he could be wrong, right? But he doesn't make shit up, is what I'm getting at. So take that. Now take in the fact that AEW has Christian. of course, Edge has done everything under the moon with Christian. So at this point, why would he need to leave such a fucking beautiful, happy, awesome place to go do more with Christian again? Yeah, good point. Possibly. FTR's over there. Best friends with Edge, basically. Live right down the road from one of them. I don't remember if it was Dax or Cash or whatever, but Edge is very close with them. Then you got, let's see, who else is over there that Edge was close with? I think you get the point. There's a couple other people I'm forgetting now that I got the fucking bright lights on me and the camera, but there's people over there that Edge has a relationship with that can say, hey, man, come hang out on our team for a little bit. And Edge could do a lot of good over there. Why else would he go over there? Because he's going to get paid more. He wouldn't turn down the WWE contract if it was going to pay more than an AEW would pay him. And why would he want to retire to go sit on the couch with his kids? Because he doesn't really do much wrestling as it is anyway. Sure, at his age, he's got to do a lot of training and keep up with that, but he's not on the road, so to speak. And it wouldn't be like that in AEW either. Right? He's going to go there, and he's going to... Matt Hardy was the other guy. That's right, the Hardy Boys, right? Another people that Edge could have a relationship with and talk to, that could tell him the perks of being over there and get him in the door. Plus, look at the dream matches. Edge and Christian versus the Young Bucks. Edge and Christian versus FTR. You don't think Edge wants to do an Edge and Christian versus FTR match? At this point, and Edge said in that clip that you just watched, at this point, I just want to have fun. It's got to be fun. WWE is not always fun. It's kind of a job sometimes, even at Edge's level. And if he's not going to get paid, or if they're not going to meet his contract requirements, I damn well bet Tony Khan will. Perks of Tony Khan having the kind of money to throw around that he does. He can just fucking buy people. You know, Impact Wrestling's not going to build the pull Edge. Billy Corgan over in the NWA, well, Billy's got enough money to pull Edge, but he's not going to. He's never going to make it back. He can't monetize it. But Tony Khan can. So there's dream matches over there. Plus, working with Kenny Omega, I believe Edge has said that that's like a bucket list thing he wanted to do. He can mix it back up with CM Punk again. And he can pay it forward. Work with a lot of these younger guys. I'm sure an Edge would be chomping at the bit to work with a Darby Allin and a Will Hobbs. And god damn, right? Get in there and mix it up with Hangman, Kenny Omega, everybody. There's a lot of fun to be had in AEW. A light schedule, gets to go home and hang out with his family most of the time. Come to work one day a week. If that, maybe even take a week off. Fewer and farther between pay-per-views. Fuck, can you imagine Edge on a Forbidden Door pay-per-view working with Okada or Tanahashi? Not that it'd be a good match, but just the name value. You know what I mean? Okada would be a good match, not Tanahashi, because he's kind of past his prime, right? Even a Naito versus Edge would be sweet. Edge versus Jay White, sign me the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So if Edge is all about fun at this point, he's still going to be able to sit his ass at home with his kids and his family on his couch eating Cheetos as often as he wants, probably. And he's going to get paid more money than WWE is apparently willing to offer him. There's no downside to sign. What are you going to burn a bridge with WWE? Or are they going to not put you in the Hall of Fame? You're already in the Hall of Fame. And of course, they'd probably put him in again as Edge and Christian once all said and done. Because as Dutch said, they understand when they don't renew your contract. They're not going to get mad at you. Oh, how would you fucking turn on me? And you know what I mean? Like the disloyalty. When he goes to them and can say, hey, I have a contract here from AEW or an offer. This is what I can make over there. Can you match it? And that was something else Keller reported. It wasn't just Keller speculating or anything. He's saying that this is coming from inside WWE. And the internal belief there is that Edge is going to AEW. Now, where would they get that? Could it be because he went to WWE with a contract from an offer, not a contract, but an offer, a number from AEW? I'm sure he did. I'm positive, because it's pretty much public knowledge at this point that AEW made Edge an offer before, that Edge was considering to come back, but he went to Vince first, and Vince was like, nope, if you're going to come back, you're going to come back here. God damn it. And so he did, because of loyalty and respect and whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? To get that closure in the WWE. But now he's had the closure in the WWE, and they're not going to book him. He's not going to be as significant in the WWE that he is in AEW. He's friends with Jericho too, by the way. Jericho's, I'm sure, in his ear. Absolutely in his ear. Jericho's admitted to being a recruiter for AEW in the past. Think about it. What's he going to do? What does Edge have left to do in WWE? You can pluck out a few more dream matches. I wouldn't even say dream matches, but you can pluck out a few more programs he could run. But really, he's not going to have a championship anymore. He's not going to headline anything anymore. He's probably going to start to be used to put over other people most of the time. And his stock is going to go down. And that's why they were probably not even offering him. And it was already going down. Right? Edge was not a make or break star to have on the roster. When he first came back, it was a big feather in their cap. He helped pop that WrestleMania where he came back and worked with Orton. But since then, he hasn't really been a needle mover for WWE, I don't think. He certainly would be for AEW. He would be a game changer for AEW. And I know. You say that with everybody, and then they're all just another guy, right? Bryan Danielson's going to be a game changer for AEW, and now he's in the Blackpool Combat Club coming out and having fucking fuckfest street fight brawls all over the arena and stuff. Meh. But he's a big star that could sell a lot of tickets and a lot of merchandise. And there's a lot of great matches he can have there. He's got a lot of friends there. Big Show works there. A lot of people he knows. He can make the money. He can be on national TV. He can have fun. Sure, it's a secondary promotion, but does Edge care about that at this point? How important is that when he's done everything he can possibly do in WWE? Do you want to be a mid to lower card guy in WWE, a company that you've won a bajillion world championships in, and you're already in their Hall of Fame for fuck's sakes? You've won a couple Royal Rumbles, you've main evented WrestleMania, you've worked with all the biggest stars, you have done it all. What is there left? Go over to AEW. If I was Edge, I would make that decision. 110%. Even if it's just a part-time thing. Unless I'm dead set on just never wrestling a day in my life again, I'm going to go have some dream matches in AEW, make some good money, help build a company, stay more relevant, stay in the main event scene. You know, he's going to be top few matches on every card easily. At least for the first year, couple years. He's got 2 years of programs ahead of him at least. If he goes there and signs a fucking 2-year deal, a 3-year deal, tops, that's it. You could retire after that, and he would have had a fucking opportunity to work with FTR, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Darby Allin, probably even Sting, for fuck's sakes. Edge and Christian versus Sting and Darby Allin. Jesus. But I could just be fantasy booking and speculating when we won't know till we know. But we do know that Edge has not re-signed with WWE. He has admitted that they have an offer that they sent him that he has not agreed to. And we know that he is an absolute bullshitter and a kayfaber. And we know that AEW has offered him money before and he has friends over there. So all of that, taking it all into consideration, I'm going to go with, as the thumbnail says, Edge to AEW confirmed. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, though. And you know what? I've been wrong before, but how relevant has Edge been? And how relevant could he be? Depends. I mean, honestly, there's two things in the way. He either just wants to retire forever, or he's got that much of a pride, ego thing to not want to work for a secondary promotion. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Is Edge to AEW confirmed? Or is he retiring? Or is he just staying in WWE? Is it all just a big contract negotiation swerve? Let me know down below. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next.
Let me tell you something, brother. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on this channel, dude. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.